Good morning, everybody. I know it's been a couple of days. I've been fighting a cold, and it's winning, unfortunately. But I wanted to do a post on this because I was watching Red Dawn Daily. Hold on.
I look like this for attention, but stop looking at me.
All right. I want y'all to check her out. Red Dawn Daily on YouTube. She does these videos and they are hysterical. The septum nose ring theory apparently has all these people melting down on TikTok. People melt down over the stupidest things. Okay, but I wanted to play apart this.
It's not coming from anyone but haters, but apparently there is a septum ring theory.
Okay. It's not a septum. I don't know why they call it that, but people with nose rings, especially larger ones. My child has a nose ring, a septum ring. But I made her take it out, and I'll tell you why. Because when you're going for jobs and you're trying to live your life, yes, what you look like on the outside does matter. If you go into a place, if you go into a professional place, I'm not talking where you make minimum wage, but like my child is in college to get a career. But when she goes to a professional building for accounting, because that's where she's going for us, accounting and business management or whatever, but they don't want to see a bunch of metal. And there's nothing wrong with piercings. I'm not saying there is, because I have them myself. I even have the nose little stud thing that I took out a while ago. But the point is it was there. So as a woman and as a person in general, because men get piercings too, but the point is that there's what they're saying is because people have made it their identity. People have made it almost like their whole being. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
I'm so bad about all this judgment, y'all. I can't hardly talk.
And it's not judgment. It's people telling you, listen, you've been a little extra. You don't need to be extra to get your point across.
If you have a septum ring, you're automatically labeled a...
You're labeled a what? They blacked it out, so I don't know what she said, but you're labeled something. And it has more to do with most of the people that have those have a certain opinion and are very loud about that opinions. Whatever those opinions are. Whether it's the war in Gaza, whether it's, I don't know, the finances, whether it's genders, whether it's whatever it is, religion, whatever it is, you have a specific opinion about that, and you're very loud about your opinions, and you want to force others to listen to your opinions, and they must agree with your opinions, because if they don't agree with your opinions, boy oh boy do you melt down. So that's what they mean by that. That you're not very willing to be an act, that you're willing to communicate, that you're willing to work things out with someone, that you're willing to talk, not just talk at someone, but talk with someone. See what I mean? Anyway, let's get back to it. Oops, I hit the mute.
Anybody tell me what the septum ring theory is? Because if one more white man comments on one of my posts...
Why does everybody have to say something about race? What does it have to do? Why can't you just say one more man? Why has it got to be white or purple or green? Yeah.
It says, oh, it's the septum ring theory. You cannot be serious right now.
Okay, the reason why they're saying that is because you're being loud and obnoxious about it. And you're also doing something highly illegal because you're driving quite clearly while you're making a video for TikTok.
You better, y'all, but these are people that swear they're Christians, y'all.
Okay,
Swear they're Christians. They in church every Sunday. Swear they don't judge nobody.
okay, those aren't Christians. If they're judging you, they're not Christians because a true Christian doesn't judge. Now, we may think, because we're human, so there's a difference there. You might think opinion about someone, but you shouldn't be saying that opinion. That's the point of it. Because the whole judge not lest ye be judged. Now, saying that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not Christian. Just because somebody messes up and judges you doesn't mean they're not Christian. Okay? Now that's that point. Now, the second point I wanted to make about something you said regarding Christians. If you're meeting Christians that are holier than thou and all this other stuff, then there's something wrong. You're meeting the wrong Christians. Because, sweetie, I'm going to let you know now that I'm a Christian and I'm not judging you, but I can tell you that as a normal human being, if I were running a professional business and you came in to apply, talking like that and acting like that, I probably would not hire you. And I saw a post not that long ago that says, Gen Z, why can't we find jobs?
They swear that they're holier than thou. They don't pray for you, all this, that, and the third. But they troll online for people that don't look like them. So what's the septum ring theory? Please explain that.
As I said, the septum ring theory is the theory that people with that ring in their nose have a certain opinion about whatever topic. And they're very loud about that opinion. And if you don't agree with their opinion, holy hell will break loose. That's the theory right there. That there's no communication, that there's no compromise, that there's no nothing. That if you don't agree with them, they shut down, and that's that.
I mean, don't go to ChatGPT for the answer either. I'm serious.
Septum ring theory is undefeated.
I just looked up what septum ring theory is. I've seen it on blogs before, it's not new. I never really knew exactly what it was.
And of course, it could be for women or men. Quite obvious.
If you're trying to talk to just me, you and your buddies got together and made up some code word that you guys could say, and only you would know what it means in the comments, and you could look around. Oh, he gets it. Just say it. It's TikTok. There couldn't be anything stupider than a bunch of creating a code word. And the code word is just that people with a septum ring have a personality.
No, that you have a very loud, obnoxious personality. There's the difference.
Am I not understanding something here?
That is correct. You are not understanding.
That is very correct. You are definitely not understanding something here. Because it's not that people with septic nose rings have personalities. It's that they have very loud, obnoxious, in your face personalities. And people don't like that, generally. And I'm speaking as somebody who has a child who has that. But my child, there's a difference here. My child, I tell them whenever they leave the house, That comes out. Unless you're doing something fun with your friends, take that out. And yeah, in this household, if you're living under this roof, you're following these rules. I don't care if you're 21 or 54, and my kids know that.
Something here.
Oh, septum theory, septum theory. Okay, how about get some.
If you walked into a store, dude, that would scare me. Not even kidding. If my child, I would hug you more. Because my child would not be leaving the house like that.
Theory. Touch some grass theory. I look better with a septum than without one. I got a big schnoz. Look at this. Look at this. I take it out.
That doesn't even make sense. You have a big nose, so what? My husband's Italian. He has a huge nose. He doesn't have a septum ring. You're a goofball. Your nose looks fine.
No. This big boy is saving my life right now.
No, it's really not. I can tell you that. No, it's really not. I hate to tell you, if one of my daughters brought you home, I'd be like, get the magnet. That was a joke. Excuse me.
If I became conservative, would I no longer be beta? You would become what? If you let that septum ring theory thing really take out your septum ring, you are so deep. Don't get no more piercings. What you gonna do when they come up with earring here? You gonna take out all the hair? We do not care.
Okay. That may be true, but some people, like my child, will be taking that out when they leave this house, because they ain't going into public, especially a professional environment and or college, and having no. And sorry if you hear the background noise. My neighbor decided he wanted to cut across the street for some reason today, which was funny, but it's okay. Started at 6 a.m.
Find me a pocket link to Boiler Road going.
And that's pretty much it. But I wanted to touch on that whole thing with the septum nose theory, because it's crazy what people will look at these days. It really is. It's gone cuckoo bananas. Oh, I wanted to show you guys. I got two more. This guy. And this little lady. And then, of course, and I made that little outfit. I'm making all these little outfits for them. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 already. I was gonna buy 2, but I ended up getting 10. Go figure. Anyway, guys, I hope everybody has a beautiful day. It's getting close to the beginning of the school year already. Where has the time gone? The summer is almost over. Can we believe it? It's insanity. Before we know it, 2026 will be here. Where did this year go? Is it just me, or does it seem like this year just went gone? 2025 was like here and gone. Because we're like 4 months away from Christmas. I think. Let's see. August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, like 4 months away from Christmas. This is insanity. Where did this year go? As I said, crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyway, guys, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And yeah, as for the whole ring theory, the septum theory, do I agree with them calling it that? No, I don't care. I think it's just a name. It's just something that they can say without insulting you too badly. Because if they say that, it's just one turn. It means they don't agree with whatever you're saying. That's all it means. Because you say it, you say your opinion on it, they go, oh, septum theory strong in this one. That means they're just saying that they don't agree with your opinion. You're being a little extra in their opinion about you. And that's the way they can say it and insult you without being too outwardly insultive. It's basically a way it's just basically a way of being a dork without being outwardly too much about it. You know what I mean? Anyway, point is, but yes, in my personal opinion, if you go out in public with that, you're calling attention to yourself on purpose. You're basically making it where you want people to look at you and you want to be the focus of everyone's attention. I'm not saying everybody who has one of those is like that. I'm just saying that's the generalized idea, is that especially if you get larger and larger, and I'm sure you didn't do it with the purpose in your mind that that's why you were doing it. But I mean, whether you did it at the time because you thought it was cool, whether you did it at the time because it was the in thing, whatever. The point is everything runs on, it's like a pendulum. Every generation goes through something similar. Whether it's their way of defining themselves. Okay? That's all it is. It's their way of defining themselves. And the septum nose theory is the everybody else's way of telling you that you're being a little extra and without just insulting you. Because most people, when they look at that, they go, it automatically puts an image in their mind. And yes, what other people think and look at you like, you obviously care about. Because me personally, I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'll wear my MAGA hat. I'll wear my Trump shirt outside in public. I don't care. You don't like the way I dress? Oh well, that's my generation. Okay, we were the generation of we don't give a beep. And that's the point, is that all these young people who seem to think that this is what they want to make their identity, that's fine, you could do that, but just know that people are going to say something about it. If you are putting yourself out there like that, you're asking for people to make those comments, you know that. You know it. You know that you're going to be bringing those negative comments towards you, and that's why you do it. Because it's clicks and views. And then you get on and you cry about it, and you can't figure out what. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Okay? Now, that's all I got to say on that. But the point is it's not professional. It's not I mean, you might find it your style, it's attractive to you, but to the outside world, especially in the professional world, it's not. To have something dripping from your nose or hanging from your where your snot boogers come out of, it's not attractive. It's just not. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, we play outside because that was during the time when we played outside until the street lights came on. We had to be home when the street lights came on. But it didn't matter. At 20 degrees, blizzard-like conditions, you were so bundled you could barely move that if you fell, you had to have your friends pick you up because you were so heavy. Now, you would have snot boogers dripping from your nose to the point where it was frozen to your face. You still, that's what I'm saying. Why do you think people don't look at that and go, oh, that's attractive? No. Because stuff that comes out of your nose is not attractive. Even if it's jewelry. But that's just one opinion. And opinions are like blank blank. Everybody has one. Anyway, guys. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And listen, to the people with those, don't be so extra. Don't be so in your face about it. And maybe, just maybe, you won't get those comments. Because you obviously want those comments, because you obviously know that the way you're behaving is going to bring those comments towards you. Anyway. So just try to be, and to the people that are making the comments about this, listen, chill out, chillax. There are better ways to say stuff. Going septum theory big here or anything like that is silly. Come on, guys. You should know better. Especially if you're an adult over the age of 21. You should know better. Judge not, lest ye be judged. Remember that. Okay, so anyway, I suggest, as I always do, that y'all pick up this. It's a beautiful book. I am currently reading this book. The Book of Revelations. Because, you see, how I was raised, we act like every day is the day he comes back. But now, the new generations are acting like he doesn't even exist. That if you believe in him, that you bad. Or you're a zealot. And no. I had an hour-long argument with my child about this topic. Because she kept telling me that I was a zealot because I was reading the Bible. Because people have pushed on the internet the wrong ideas for so long that when my kid gets on, unfortunately, she learns these ideas. And she thinks they're right. And I'm like, no. No. Let's sit down and let's have a talk about this. And we did. And she knows now that, yes, even though there have been people, and there still are people that use this as a weapon, you know, committing heinous committing heinous acts and heinous crimes against humanity in the name of this. No. God don't like ugly. God does not agree. Read the commandments. Because anybody who says they're doing this in the name of God, and they're committing an act like, I don't know, you know, the one where it takes somebody's existence from them. Yeah, that one. Thou shalt not. It doesn't say thou shalt whenever you want to, or it doesn't say only in this no, it says thou shalt not, meaning don't do it. God doesn't want anybody doing anything bad in his name and saying, committing acts of, I don't know, murder. Please, YouTube, do not demonize this for that word. But, and then saying it's in God's name. No, it's not. No, it's not, because God does not want you doing that. Because in the commandments, it says he doesn't want you doing that. He says don't worship false idols. He says worship him only. He says he's number one in your life, not number two. He says thou shalt not kill. Honor thy mother and thy father. Those rules, those commandments are there in place. Those are God's rules. Those aren't the law. Those aren't anything else. Those aren't, oh, you're going to go to jail if you don't follow them. No, you're going to go to someplace worse if you don't follow them. Okay? And time is ticking quickly, because the end of time, the way people have been behaving lately, every day, the way people have been behaving lately, he's getting angry. All these earthquakes and volcanoes that have been going off, right, left, and center, that's him warning us to straighten up and fly right. But nobody's listening. And when nobody listens, things like Noah's Ark happens. Now, yes, God did say he would not flood the earth again. But he did say fire and brimstone were up. But he never said he wouldn't destroy. He didn't say, he said, I will not cleanse the earth with water again. He didn't say anything about fire and brimstone. And what do we got? An alien spaceship, supposedly, which is just a large comet, coming directly for us. And we have another asteroid behind that one, that 2027, I don't know what it's called, but there's a big rock coming right for us. We're in the center of that path. Now, I'm sure they could do something to get rid of it if they chose to. But, I mean, I don't know what. That's what the scientists are there for. The NASA scientists they're supposed to figure that out. That's what we trust them for. That they're the ones that are supposed to figure out how to keep big rock from hitting little rock in the middle of the vast space. Big rock, little rock. Not a good combo. Remember the dinosaurs? So maybe we all should start having a little bit more family values and a little bit more of this in our lives, and a little less judgment-based programming. Put it that way. Because I can tell you right now, most of the people with these septum rings and the septum ring theory people and all this other stuff, it's all inconsequential. Because when you meet him, when your day is done and your time in this planet is ceased, and you meet him, there will be no holes in your face. You will not have earrings. You will not have this. You will not have these. You will not have the chains. You will not have piercings up here and piercings. No, none of that. You go to him wearing a white gown as he sent you. I'm sure. I'm just assuming. I don't know, because I haven't been. But I'm assuming you go the way you came. And he meets you and says, okay, here's your book of life. Time for judgment. Now, the point is we all can judge people. We all can judge. We all can do all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, How about just being nice to one another? How about not caring what someone looks like? What their skin tone looks like, what their face looks like, what the metal on their face looks like. Who cares? Does it really matter? At the end of the day, does it really, really, truly matter? Does it look attractive? No. But does it matter? No. Because when you go and meet your maker, when your time on earth is done, all of that will be gone. And the only thing you're going to be left with is what you have done. Just like the septum theory people that came up with the septum theory. The only thing that will happen is they will say, you judged someone. Why are you judging? Are you perfect? Are you without sin? Are you the type of person that doesn't need judgment? That's all I'm saying. Maybe think about that, guys. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I got some projects I gotta work on, like my blanket. It's too heavy to pull, but I'm working on 2 projects, a scarf and a blanket. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I will catch you on the flip. Don't forget, like and subscribe for more fun, peace, love, and happiness. And remember, judge not, lest ye be judged. Because he's the only one who has the right to judge anybody. And just to the people out there that believe that God is bad because of all these bad people doing bad things in God's name, it's not God that's telling them to do these things. It's their own twisted values. Okay? Because in this book, the Holy Bible, this book right here, God doesn't want you killing for him. God doesn't want anything like that for him. He just wants you to be good and to love one another. That's it. He gave us rules. He wants those rules followed. You don't follow the rules, there's consequences. Just like any other parent-child relationship. So, there's that. Anyway, guys, and I had to make this video because I've seen a lot of these videos lately coming out where people are saying that they're being judged by these Christians or people who are supposedly Christians. These are the guys who are supposedly Christian and they go to church and they're holier than that. No. Just because a person goes to a church and does everything the right way doesn't mean that they're a Christian. That does not mean that. Just because they go to a church doesn't make them a good person. Okay? They have to actually live by the word. And the moment they say septum theory big here, they're not living by the word because they're judging. And the moment they judge, they're not living God's law. Anyway, so that's pretty much all I got to say on that. Y'all let me know what you think. And don't forget, like and subscribe for more fun. Peace, guys. I'll catch you later.